To all my fellow Nigerian, I say Happy Independence Day. Yes, Happy Independence Day. Now, if you're watching this channel for the first time, I am Odurole Mojibola, your Shoemaking Made Easy tutor. Today, I'm going to be showing us how to last our office wear. We started from actually the pattern of the insole using an already made insole. We moved to wrapping. We moved gradually to creating the upper. And today is the last part. We are going to be lasting this particular office wear. Now, I notice we have not been liking or sharing or commenting on this video, so I might have to omit the bottoming part. So comment and let me know if you love to see the bottoming part. Thank you, and let's go into today. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be lasting like I said. So since I've already stitched this one like I told us earlier, I've stitched this side. So I'm going to, this one is actually for this particular side. So I'm going to go ahead and then begin my lasting process. I told us the reason I'm actually doing this is because this cord would not want to stay. That's the truth. It will not want to stay. So what this does is it helps you to hold it down. So let me try and see what we can do on this side. Don't be surprised that the cord also may not even want to stitch. So that one is going to be there. That one's holding it down. While this is going to be here on this side, as well as on this side. So the first thing I want to first of all undo is this particular one. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to stitch, you can just try to, by the time you place them here, you can actually use you can use your stapler to staple it down. The stapler that I have, this is the kind of stapler I have. My own, I find out that the pin is actually going to be showing out here. That's the reason I cannot use this particular one. So it means that there are so many things to actually invest in when it comes to shoemaking. So this one now, the pin is quite long. I might have to get another one that the pin is not as long as this, so that each time I want to work with cords like this, you know, you will be able to use it to just hold it down, because I find out that of course that will last longer. So that one you may not even need to stitch it. Just use your gum, let it hold it down, and then you'll be good to go like that. So this one now, let me staple it so that you can see what I'm trying to say. You can see that you are seeing the mark outside. Can you see it? So that's the reason I cannot use it. It's quite long. You can imagine it has gone through this kind of thickness and it's still showing here. So it will definitely be discomforting on the foot. So it's a no-go area. So it's better for us not to use it at all. Let me show you what it looks like so you can see how long it is. So I need something shorter than this. Of course, a shorter one might not work inside this particular stapler. It might not work. A smaller one, because each of them have different sizes of pin that is actually assigned to them. So might need to get another one that the pin is not as long as that. So the alternative I have is just to go ahead and use my glue just to hold this down here first. I'm using it to hold it down so it will stay there for me to be able to finish what I need to do right here. So that is already staying there like that. So that one is going there. This is also going there. So you have to pay attention when you are using this cord. The option you have is to stitch it with leather. Use leather to stitch it down so that you can easily last it. This one is here and everything is going to be here. So this is what we are having here. So you might actually have to also use another leather on this side to hold it down as well. So you have to use another leather as well to hold this down. I hope you get what I'm saying. So those are the options that if you are going to enjoy this cord, is either you use your leather to hold it down by stitching it together with the leather, or you use if you have a reinforcement tape, there's a reinforcement tape for you shoemaking, you can also use it on top of it. You can use that one also on top of it. That's also very fine. You can even wrap it around here so that by the time you use gum, you wrap the reinforcement tape around here, then you will go ahead and then you can use your gum. It will stick to it. You know your tape is already around it. Of course, it cannot go out of it. It cannot pull out of the tape, so you can easily last it. Or you use your stapler to actually hold it down, provided the pin is not going to be showing outside. Those ones will keep it intact here. Don't go and use these contact cement adhesive, all these ones, to hold your cord down. If you use it to hold it, there's tendency that it will remove. So please watch out, so that you will not come and tell me, oh, those people on those YouTube, they are always not telling us the truth. I told you now. I hope you will listen anyway. So with what I have here now, I can just go ahead and also stitch this one down. Just go ahead and stitch it down, then use my glue to hold it down right here. So this one, I'll still come here and add some more glue just to hold it down there. It will not affect anything since my sole is still going to be on top of it. But please, most preferably is either you use this particular stapler, you understand, or you make use of your reinforcement tape to just wrap it round about. I don't have that, but I still need to get this done, or I need to make sure that I teach you this. So that's why I am actually taking my time to explain all of that. And if you want to use ordinary paper tape, where you can try and wrap it around it, if it works well. I've not tried it with paper tape. I mean, they call it paper tape. I think I'm correct. I don't know what you call it. You want to try this, you can wrap it around the cord as well. Okay, maybe I should just do that right away. There's no harm in trying. Is there? No. So let's see what it looks like, because this cord knows how to disgrace somebody. I don't know if you have bought anyone like that. By the time you just use it to wrap it like this. So let's see what happens if I place it like this with my glue, because ordinary I will still use the glue ordinarily, so that you can see what I'm actually talking about, so that you don't think I'm actually just talking. The glue is not likely to hold it down. The contact cement adhesive is not likely to hold that rubber down as well. So make sure you place your shoe last properly. Oh wow, you can see that it's actually working. Although my paper tape, I wrap it around it too much, so because before I know it now, it will be showing outside. But at least I've tested something that you can see. Now let me try, and I know my leather will definitely stay with the shoe glue. It will stay with the contact cement adhesive as well. But let me put some there. I just want to use it to just show us what I'm talking about. So you can see that one too is staying that way. Now, without the paper tape, let me try to put this so that every one of us can see why I said it's better to make sure you reinforce it, wrap it around with something. Can you see it removing? Can you see it's removing? So that's the reason I said the best, if you put it, no matter how much you try, if it stays there, it will still pull out. There's tendency to still pull out. So I'm going to suggest that you can see it's keep pulling out, and you see that is just once. Now let me wrap it again so that you can see the difference. This time around, this has to be very small. This is the side that is going down now. It's just inside, so I can decide to just so let's say I did it like this. Let's apply again and now see what happens. Please ensure that your shoe lace is properly positioned so that your shoe will not become oh, I did not even place the paper tip. I placed it at the wrong spot. I think this should be out. Okay, we still have it right there. So let's go. Like I said, I have not tried it with this. Most times I stitch mine. You can see the second is not staying. So it's so amazing that some of those things you can't just conclude on them. I don't know why this is not staying anyway, and the first one was staying. Can you see? It's not staying, it keeps removing. Can you see? So that's why I said our best option still remains we stitch it down. So as it is like this, I can decide to actually cut some off. So this one is supposed to be in right there. So you can see that the first one is still intact and it's not removing. So I might have to just use this right there, you understand? This, of course, I have to work on all these ones. So put it right there, just to hold it together and make sure that it doesn't pull off anyhow. Because that's really very important. Can be pulling off. I don't know whether it's staying now. But whatever the case may be, it's better to still make sure that you stitch it down. Now, I need you to know that I'm using this because of the cord. Please, don't go and fix your shoe like this. And when you have, probably it's not sizing the person. The old shoe glue will tear everything off for you. So please, this is not just for fun. Please. Like I said, your staple pin still remain your best option, whether you like it or not. It is your best option. So, I know somebody is wondering, all this one that you are doing, will you hold it down? Yes, it will. I've tried it before, that's why I know it will hold it down. So, you can see what I have right now. You can see what I have. So it's not pulling off like usual. So let's go to the back now. Let's go to the back. So since we're already through with our back pattern, I'm going to go ahead and try to do all of this. I can put it on the last one or the second to the last, where you can use your feet as a guide, but over time I'm sure you understand how to do all of that. At least you know where the buckle should stop. And nevertheless, it's my shoe, don't forget, so I can use my leg. So there is a small nail here which is going to be holding this. I want it to hold it for me so that by the time I pull it, I'm going to pull it down. Don't forget that I use an elastic band. So I would suggest you do the same thing so that at least it can make it very firm for you and you can be sure you are doing the right thing. Now, you can decide to actually nail yours down. You can decide to nail yours down. I'm not nailing it. I'm not nailing it because I don't think I have to. But if you're a beginner, I'm going to suggest you do what? You can see what I'm trying to do here. Pull it down. Do the same thing on this side. Don't forget that we already have a place we have high mark for that thing to enter. So that's the same place it's entering on the two sides. It doesn't exceed that side. You can see what I have here. So I think one of the first thing I want to do now is, first of all, reduce all this extension. Because definitely I don't need them. So it's only what I need, I want to see. I hope you're still with me. Don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me. We are still together. So now this center, make sure it centralizes, at the center of your shoe last. That is quite important. Now, I know somebody will be wondering, okay, if I nail it down, what will now happen to the place I nail? Well, you have to put a socks lining right in there to cover it up. Yeah. So I think with this, I'm good to go. So I'm just using this height. The height I'm actually using is about 9 centimeter. I mean, for this particular 39, I'm using 9 centimeter for this 9 centimeter. So whatever you want to maintain, make sure that from under ear to ear is 9 centimeter. That is what I use for this. You can make yours 10. I don't think there's any crime in making it 10 actually. You can make it 10, so it means you raise it up more. Then you continue with it. You do the same thing here. So you can also come to this side and use your contact cement adhesive. Definitely you must have applied here, applied on all of this, and it will be dry before you get to this position. If you choose to use your chew glue, don't tell me that, oh, I want to remove it, I can't remove it. Please don't try this at all. If you are not sure that is what you want, don't try it. And I mean it, don't try it. Because by the time you want to remove it, it's going to be a lot of trouble. So make sure that you maintain the center, please. If you are using the contact cement adhesive, like I said, you must have applied it on all of this side. You position it like this. Okay, check where you're supposed to stop. Apply it on this surface to allow to dry. Then you bring it down like this, so that in case you have any reason to open it up, you are not going to be having issues because it will still be intact. But this, I'm doing it as I don't know what you want to call it, as a learner too, so that somebody will not think, Abba, is she not learning again? I'm still learning, Obiko. Please, Biko means please. For somebody who is wondering which one is Biko again. So you can see what this look like. Now for all this as well, you can actually use a very small nail to nail them down all around, so that you will not be having too much of a crease here. But for me, I'm going to first of all reduce it. That reduction is going to help me to be able to fold it in very well. So just take your time. When you want to create back patterns like this and you don't want to have issues with it, I'm going to say you should take your time. I am still repeating it. Please don't go and use shoe glue for your own, except you are sure you will not have any reason to open it. So I'm going to start from this center. After this side that I've done, I'm going to put this down. You can see. So I will come to this side as well. I'm going to try to remove all this bulk. Also this. So I'm going to just use it to hold it down there. You can see what it looks like now. So I'll come to this other side too. You can see that I'm using the side of my hand to actually do it. If you have a pincer, you can use it to pull it in. It's all okay. The first thing, the most important thing are all the edges. They must not crease. You understand? So make sure that the edges, you can see that the edges are looking all around smooth. You have to make sure that you achieve that. Like I said, please use contact cement adhesive. If it does not look like what you want, you can open it. So you can see what it finally looks like. You can see what I have. You can see what I have right here. So let me try to remove it for us to see. Now, if you look at the back pattern, you find that it's standing perfectly well. I didn't put anything there. There's nothing there. Now, one of the things that I consider before thinking about trying to pad my back pattern is the leather soft? If the leather is quite soft, I mean my main upper, if it's soft and my lining too is soft, definitely you have to reinforce it. Leather is thick and my lining is not too thick, you understand? So that's the reason. Now, if you want to start as a beginner, I'm going to suggest you start with a soft leather so that you can pull properly. But if you're going to be using exactly this my pattern, like I said, it's going to be available for those in the exclusive forum. So if you are not part of my exclusive forum, please support my channel. That's the best you can do for me. Some people are making you watch this particular video consistently because they are supporting what I do. So please go and click the join button. I believe you should have subscribed if you truly love me, like you said you love me. So you must have subscribed to my channel by now, and then you'll be seeing the join button right under this video. Just click it. Check the one that has, we have so many ways you can support the channel, but I found out that those in the exclusive and the third level have the access to patterns that I create on my channel. So please go and subscribe to any of these levels and see. Please check the perks. All of the levels has benefits. You are not just supporting my channel. I'm going to be in turn encouraging you and supporting you as well to grow your business and to grow your shoemaking experience as well. So you can see what I have. So you don't really need much on this side for it to fold and to avoid the crease. So for what I have here is something I can actually try to lift up and see if I can actually cut a little out of there or open it more. You understand? By the time you open it a little bit, you have to be careful, because if you over open, by the time you put your sole, you will find out that it's going to be another issue again. So that's another thing you might also want to do when you are creating yours. Try to notch it all around, like I notched this side when I was folding it. Not all of these edges. It makes it fold conveniently. So you can see that this is a bit better now. So I can then go ahead and still add my glue. Like I said, don't use glue to last, except you are sure. The reason I keep saying this is that it destroys totally your leather. So it means if you make a mistake and you have to remove it, you're going to start all over again. Because somebody like me, I don't want to see anything. You can't finish your work and then you are showing me and I'm saying that some part of it has tore. So please, as far as I'm concerned, don't try this at home. But if you want to fix this side, definitely you can use the glue, provided you have ascertained the size. You understand, you have ascertained that okay, this particular part is very perfectly okay for the person. So we can move ahead to bottoming now. Come on. Of course, this side I will definitely have to file it. I'm going to be placing my already made sole. You can see what I have at the back right here. Let me show us what I have. Can you see what I have right here? So I'm not having too much of a crease, but you can see something folding right at that point. I don't know if you can see it. You can see all this fold, this one that is rising up, and you see still this one. So it means that I'm going to try to bevel all of this. I'm going to bevel them using my grinding machine. If you have a hand grinding machine, if you don't have the table grinding machine, you can get a hand grinding machine. It will do all of this for you conveniently. Just make sure you get the one that has a very good speed, you understand, and the capacity is quite high, so that it will not be stopping while you're trying to do all of this. So it will definitely, pull all of this down for you, bevel it like I said. Then before you go ahead and use the grinding machine to bevel it, or whatever you want to use to bevel, get an erasable pen. We have a marker, just use it to mark all of the side. By the time you place it like this, mark all of them out, so that you do not exceed where you are supposed to actually grind. So marking it out will help you to maintain the neatness on this back part. I'm sure you can see how it looks like now. You should be able to maintain it. Not that when you are through, we are now seeing, oh, white part, you are seeing everything glued. No. So place it like that before you grind, and also follow that when you want to finally apply your contact cement adhesive at the back. You can see that I'm still seeing my white tape, so I have to find a way of actually removing that from this particular cord at the front. So you can see what I have. You can see what I have. Yeah. Hula! You can see what I finally have right here. You can see what I have. So we are already through with our sandal again. So I want to believe you have enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know in the comment section, what have you newly learned by actually watching this? What have you learned? So let me know in the comment section. Are you going to try this? Make sure that the inner sole is wider, like I explained. That will help you to be able to enjoy this fully. So you can see what I have. You can see what I have. And see what I have right here. So if you're watching my channel for the first time, ensure that you subscribe before you leave. Press the notification bell as well, so that each time I upload a video, you will be notified. And make sure you click the join button. Support my channel and see in full what has transformed actually in between, bottoming, applying the transparent gum, and now. Thank you once again, and I still remain your most worthy shoemaking made easy tutor, Odurole Mojibola. I'm gonna see you next time. Bye bye.